The clocks, which had been spinning backward, suddenly stopped. They froze in place and then began to tick forward, all in perfect unison. Each tick-tock landed with a heavy finality, like a judge's gavel sealing a fate. Outside the windows, a strange light filled the sky. It wasn't the warm glow of dawn, but a pale, washed-out memory of it, as if the world was forgetting what a new day looked like. The woman's hand, small and delicate, trembled inside his own. He could feel the fine bones, the slight tremor running through her as the very house around them began to shift. It was a subtle, unnerving transformation. Corridors that once led to bedrooms and libraries now twisted and straightened, all converging on a single destination, the front door. And that door, which had been closed, now stood wide open. It breathed a draft of cold, crisp air into the hallway, a chilling invitation to the world outside. The scent of damp earth and forgotten leaves filled the space, a stark contrast to the warm, contained world they had occupied just moments before. She turned to him, her eyes wide and knowing, filled with a sorrow so deep it seemed ancient. She told him, her voice a soft, heartbreaking whisper, that this was the moment, the one he always reached every single time. This was the moment his fragmented memories would finally click into place, forming a complete, painful picture. He would remember everything, who he was, what he had done, and why he couldn't stay. In this moment, she said, he always spoke softly, his voice full of a gentle regret that shattered her heart anew, and then he would walk away. He would walk through that open door and leave her behind, just as he had done countless times before. His departure was as certain as the ticking of the clocks. As if on cue, the first bell began to ring. It wasn't a clock chime, but a deeper, more resonant sound that seemed to come from the very bones of the house. One by one, the guests returned. They materialized from the shadows, their forms solidifying as they took their familiar places around the room. Their faces were impassive, their eyes fixed on him. They were the silent audience to this recurring tragedy, waiting. They were waiting to see if this time would be different. This time, would he defy the cycle? Would he stay? Would he finally keep the promise he had made to her 100 years ago? A promise he had already broken every day since? The air grew thick with unspoken questions and the weight of a century of heartbreak. The clocks ticked on, measuring not time, but the agonizing space between a broken vow and a desperate hope. He looked from her face to the open door, and the choice, once again, was his to make. Thank you for watching. If you were captivated by this story, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more Tales from the Shadows. See you next time.